This is YK Prakash. In this video, I would like to show you how to interface BO motors with Arduino Uno. Basically, there are two PCBs which are typically used. For two BO motors, L293D motor driver controller PCB is enough, as it is capable of handling up to 600 milliamperes. But when I tried my PCB, I found that the L293D IC on the PCB was defective, so I had to try the other one also. So I am showing you the other one also, that is L298N driven motor driver PCB. This one can handle up to 1.5 amps current. This is the motor driver program. We are first defining what are the pins on the Arduino. In 1 is 6, in 2 is 7, in 3 is 8, in 4 is 9. That's all. I am not using the enable pins and all that. I am using LED 1, which is pin 13 on Arduino. Okay. The simple code, just write digital write only, high low like that. Okay. So this is for clockwise, this is for counterclockwise or anti-clockwise. This is for break. Break means all zeros. Okay, let us compile and check whether it is working. Okay, that's all. This is the program which is uploaded to the Arduino. So this is the same device I used earlier in making an RC toy car. So these are the two BO motors. These two wires are going to the L293D motor driver PCB. Wheels are attached. Only I am checking the movement of the wheels with this setup. Okay. Now Arduino is connected. This is motor connection. This is motor connection. This one is plus 12 volts. Of course, you need not supply only strictly 12 volts. I have connected two lithium-ion batteries supplying 8 volts. Ground is made common to Arduino because this 5 volts I am getting from USB in this case. Okay. Now these 4 wires connected are in 1, in 2, in 3, in 4. They are going to pin 6, 7, 8, 9. Okay. Now I am giving power to Arduino. You can see the movement. See what's happening is I am resetting. See what's happening is the wheel towards me is not moving at all in clockwise direction. See, anti-clockwise it is moving. This is anti-clockwise. Okay, this is brake. This is clockwise. It is not moving, this one. After a lot of struggle for 2 hours, I found out that this pin is not supplying 5 volts, that is out 3 is not working at all. This 0, let me see, M3 I think is having problem. See this output, what is happening? This is 0.75 volts. See now also 0.7. See at this time we should have gotten 7 or 8 volts here. Okay, whereas the other one, M4, when it rotates, it should show some voltage. See, it is showing 6.38 volts. So that is the problem. This M3 output is not coming at all. So I think the IC chip is defective. I don't have a spare, so I have to go for the other motor driver PCB. So this is two BO motors, wheels are attached. I am using the previous setup only, which I made a simple car. This is the other motor driver PCB, L298N. The L293D module is not working, this one. So I had to go for another motor driver. Now this side motor is connected, that side motor is connected. This is plus 12 volts. Instead of plus 12 volts I am connecting See, both the PCBs are having 5 volts regulator, so that you don't need to connect separate power supplies. So I am connecting this 8 volts two lithium ion batteries. Here this 5 volts I am taking directly from the board. I don't have to connect because I already uploaded the program. I don't have to connect Arduino to USB at all. Now let me reset. Both are rotating in anti-clockwise. Both are rotating in clockwise. Okay, so this PCB is working well. Now the testing of the motor driver PCBs is over. Of course, the program is very simple. The same program will work with both the motor drivers. The connections are also straightforward. We ended up using only 8 volts, 2 lithium ion batteries. So this is the circuit diagram. We are simply using 4 output pins from Arduino, and then these are connected to IN1, IN2, IN3, IN4. Typically this is the same language used in both the driver PCBs. That's why I am giving only single circuit connection diagram. Then there are 4 connections for motors, 2 each for one motor. Okay, they are typically named as M1, M2, M3, M4, but I prefer to name them as M1A, M1B, so that you know that one pair connects to one motor, another pair connects to another motor. So M1A, M1B, M2A, M2B. Then typically you have 5 volts logic control on these PCBs, and then around 12, you can go up to 36 volts anyway, but anyway typically 12 volts is marked as power supply connection for motors. Normally on these PCBs itself, from the 12 volts itself you have a 7805 regulator, so that 5 volts for logic can be derived. So if in case you have such a facility, you can use the same thing to power up Arduino also. Otherwise you may connect separate power supply for Arduino. In such a case, in case you are connecting a separate power supply for Arduino, we will connect the ground as common. Okay, so that is why I left VCC connection and the 5 volts connection or V logic on this side without connecting, so you have the flexibility of power supply, choosing the power supply. So that is the basic idea of connecting this Arduino to motor driver PCBs. So in case you require, you can reverse the connections of the motor so that anti-clockwise and clockwise direction of movement happens properly. In the earlier program, the attempt was to simply run the motors and then check whether they are able to run in clockwise and anti-clockwise direction. Now what about speed? Can we control the speed also with this PCB? So it so happens that we can do so with the help of enable pins. So these enable pins, actually they are for controlling the on-off of motor. But you can smartly do something. Give a pulse width modulated PWM signal and then switch them on and off for a particular period to dictate the speed. In this program, we will be using the enable pins. For A motor, I am calling it enable A, and B motor, I am calling it enable B. Here we have assigned the pins. Okay. So the critical thing here is how we are sending the PWM signal to the enable pin. Okay. For that purpose, we are using analog write command. Analog write enable A. This is the pin whatever is assigned earlier. Then the speed. So this PWM signal, this speed, the value can vary from 0 to 255. Okay. Here I am calling it the speed. So this is the critical one. Okay, so now I found out that these motors are not at all running from 0 to 90. Okay, only around 90 they are running properly. Okay, so there is a minimum speed that is required. So in case your motors are different, you can change it. You have to test it by trial and error. See, first I have tested at PWM value of 70, they are not at all working. And they are reliable only from 90 only. The speed, the starting speed in this particular program is 255. I have to start somewhere, so I am starting at the highest speed. Then this step, I will reduce the speed by this 50 steps, okay? And then when I reach around 90 or less, I'll stop decreasing the value. Okay, so now I'm analog writing to first with enable a the speed. Okay, I'm printing in serial port so that you will have an idea of what it is. Then it will go clockwise and then counterclockwise. Then I am saying the speed is equal to, I am reducing the speed by the step. The step is 50. Okay, from 255 it will become 205. Then if the speed is less than minimum speed, that means if when it goes to step of 55, it will not go to 55 because it will not work, because I found out that minimum step required is 90. So then the speed will become again plus 50, so that it will go on rotating at 105 speed only. Okay, so like this, run this and see the serial port. How many steps it will run, you can have an idea. So now I am going to give power to the motor. Let me reset. See, it is rotating at 255 PWM. Now rotating at 205 speed PWM. Rotating at 155 PWM. Okay, first clockwise, then anti-clockwise. Rotating at 105 PWM. First clockwise, then anti-clockwise. The program I wrote is such that it will now go on rotating only at PWM 105. So that is how you can control the speed of the motors for this one by using enable A and enable P pins. See, I want to give you one precaution. This is the motor, this is a cover for this motor. Actually, we may think this is insignificant. I thought when I purchased, I thought this is just to cover this connection points or soldering points. No, actually if you remove this, the motor will find it difficult to run. Actually it will come out like this, it will come out and motor will not run if you don't have it in place. Okay, so this is very, very critical. It should be there, and for some reason, for soldering or something, if you remove, you have to remember to keep it back. Otherwise you will struggle thinking that motor is defective, not running. Okay, thank you very much for watching the video. In this video I tried to show you how to interface BO motors of the toy car with Arduino with the help of L293D and with the help of L298N motor driver PCBs. I hope this is useful to you. Thank you very much for watching the video.